Mi sentite? Mi sentite? Oh. Mi sentite? Oh. Mi sentite? Allora, dopo diverse complicanze, dopo diverse rotture di scatole, Madonna che palle, buono va TikTok. Mi sentite? Ma che cazzo è sto coso qua? Levalo. Madonna. Si sente il suono qua? Ah. Prova. Prova. Ok. Allora, benvenuti e bentornati. Qui è il vostro Dark Mask. Allora, ragazzi, c'è un nuovo aggiornamento. Un piccolo grande aggiornamento, ovvero il microfono nuovo. Si vede? Niente, aspetta. Eccolo qua. Ok, quindi vado alle ciance e riprendiamo su AVOWED. Spero che il suono vada bene. Se c'è qualcuno che me lo può confermare. Mettiamolo questo qua. Ok. Devo sistemare meglio un po' tutta la zona qua, perché sennò tra fili e filetti non esco più. Allora ragazzi, io non mi ricordo assolutamente niente. Ho il volume altino. Ok, se no. Ragazzi, Sansa dovrebbe essere a quello che abbiamo a Riva dell'Alba. Facciamo una cosa, andiamo velocemente a Riva dell'Alba e vediamo se effettivamente è così. Così ci togliamo quest'altra missione davanti. Madonna mia, sta cazzo di cose qua, vaffanculo. Vediamo se c'ho ragione, non c'ho ragione. Emporio di Sansa, eccolo qua. Non so perché non me la illustra come missione. Ragazzi, spero che si senta bene. Tutto stronzo, dove sei? Ah, ecco, scepardello. Si vede fluida la diretta, non è che si va a tratti, no?
You're back! What have you found?
You have our condolences, Master Cartographer. The beauty of Emerald Stair hides the danger at its heart.
Fletcher! Oh, I was sure she would be safe. Her maps were so meticulous. She even made her own ink. Please, keep searching. I'm sure the others will turn up soon.
Questa praticamente non c'ho più un cazzo. Però la voce anche si sente bene, giusto? Dovrei aver risolto quel problema che non si sentiva un cavolo. L'armaiola di Paradise. Gwenet non è in grado. Se non è in grado, allora. Più tardi il totem e niente, dobbiamo fare la missione principale. Quindi ritorniamo a Scala Smeraldo. Ma quale grazie a me? Ma quale grazie a me? Senti a questa grazie a me. Grazie ai finocchi. I finocchi quelli che si mangiano, Dunque mappa. Il nostro caro Cepardello che il nostro capitano che ha abbandonato la scialuppa, ha abbandonato il suo equipaggio, Monello.
Wise, did I examine your soul?
Oh no. You'll use none of that spooky soul business on me.
But I promised to be gentle.
What are you even looking for?
Nothing.
eccolo.
Anything. I'm sure I'll know when I find it.
And so will the rest of us.
Don't you trust me?
You.
Sì, più andare avanti. Dopo parlate. Allora, gestione del gruppo. Conferma così. Mi dispiace per Marius che sarà un attimo fuori, però Giatta non me la porto dietro. Troppo cessa. Le abilità che ha non mi piacciono. Io ho bisogno di un gruppo d'attacco. Non mi ricordo neanche un tasto, come già detto.
There should be some equipment by the Adra pillar. Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery. Armed and ready for mischief.
I'm 2 out of 3 anyway.
Before we get started, indulge me. What are you excited to learn about? We'll get to that and more, I promise. Now, I'm going to tap into the pillar's dormant energy and give it a good shake. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the dream scourge to show its ugly face. No, but it should get us results. Alright, drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Like I could go for some pie.
Shit. Alright, adjusting the frequency. The focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this. Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Are you sure about this?
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine, we twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched, like a fishing rod. Is that a door? Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless. Hold on to that feeling. We might need it again. Right before the door opened, I detected something in the Adra. I was right. The Dream Scourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from here, but I don't know that we can stop it. My thoughts exactly. If we want to stop the Dream Scourge, we still need to learn more about the source of the affliction. I hate to say it, but we'll get better results at the base of the pillar, where the energies are more potent. Naturally. After you.
Grazie.
But we gotta see what's down there now.
Gods, did you open that door?
I did not bring us here to explore, but clearly something wants to be found.
Does this feel like the start of a cautionary campfire tale to anyone else?
I wonder, did you open the door? Or did the door open for you?
Ma io un po' di paura ce l'avevo. Io ci andrò a morire. Ci andrò a morire per questo imbecille. Questo imbecille che si butta giù. Cristian. È tanto semplice camminare su un cazzo di albero qua. Di frasca. Mamma mia. Ok. Mannaggia la miseria. Tra quando si ricarica. Aspetta. Ah, ecco qua l'abilità di Giatta là. Almeno mi cura. Non si vede un cavolo.
Incredible. These ruins are untouched. We are the first to disturb them. When was the last time anyone walked these passages? Yes, it must have been centuries. Oh. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk more once we reach the bottom.
Ecco dove.
I'm sick!
Mi ero dimenticato. Qua devo congelare praticamente, meno male che ho la mia ascia. Se no col cavolo che salivo. No, mo devo iniziare veramente a incazzare. Cristo santo. Fermo. Ci sta niente. Ehi, tre grimardelli, porca miseria. Frammento di totem, ragazzi, frammento di totem. Vi faccio vedere dove lo trovo. Calmo. Dove lo trovate? Dentro Nakutedek.
That looks like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with at camp.
Unseen, unheard.
Robin Hood.
win. But it count.
Allora, qui dice che ma dove sta l'erba qua? Dici che sta qua? Cosa ho fatto? Non è che posso...
Charge it up. Just a little spark.
Ah, eccolo.
No, the knife that pierces in the dark.
Whatever this is, at least it's dead. 2 points for the goddess, none for the abominations.
Aye, aye.
Non è che ho visto in tempo sto posto. Aspetta.
Look out. Some kind of trap.
Dai.
Nicely done!
Arrivo, arrivo. Aspetta. Dividiamo un cazzo. Dai, 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 fai la fatality. Bella la fatality. Bam! Uff.
Good shooting, Kai.
Questa è la...
Beautiful. Life into death. To think it survived all these years.
It's surprisingly colorful. Not sure what I expected.
We've seen godless architecture before. I've never seen godless art until now. Just imagine how much has been lost. We should keep moving. I don't need to see us now.
Ecco. Questo è solo questo.
I would not go swimming if I were you, unless you wish to meet your maker. There must be a way across. If not underwater, perhaps over it, with the help of some ice.
Sei molto perspicace, perché devo dire? Tu ovviamente non hai la abilità dei ghiacci. Ragazzi, se perdete la diretta o la volete rivedere, ricordatevi di iscrivervi al mio canale YouTube, perché riporto lì la live. Non volete vedere tutte le avventure di uccidiamo, il nostro bellissimo uccidiamo? Perché vi dovete perdere queste puntate stupende? Eh sì, lo so che già te serve a quello. Non è vero che fa il soffioggello, eh?
What in the name of Aora is that?
You think it's sleeping?
Aspettate che questo non me la racconta giusto.
Never seen anything like it before. I don't believe it's a statue. No, this was alive once. And the people who lived here were terrified of it.
Aspetta, fammi controllare bene in giro. Ancora ci dobbiamo scappare. Da questa parte ci sono i mostri, forse si va da qua. Mostri. Allora, sonno del gigante mischia a una mano.
We're going to die down here, aren't we? Well, we'll have a good run. Let's finish it.
Perché c'è cartello 490? Vede male? Sono scatti? svegliato questo. Poi. Robin Hood. Oh cazzo. Cylia. Momento 35.
If there are any monsters left, show yourselves. Some of us have work to do. I guess that means the coast is clear. Let's have a look at the Adra pillar.
Adra del risveglio. Guirat di Admet.
Heroes with the Adra.
Aspetta. Ma basta. Tu sei boss, ci ha dato solo l'Adra.
Find us.
Stai un attimo, calma.
You take lead.
Vabbè, io voglio aprire la porta.
Charge it up.
Cosa c'è? Cazzo. Ma dove stanno questi nemici? Allora, 1, 2 e 3 sotto.
Charge it up. Power with a glow.
È una stanza bonus, penso. Abbiamo preso tutto. Questi nemici immaginari non so dove stanno. Sopra.
We've backed the dream scourge into a corner. I say we pin it down here and now, before it wriggles away from us. The Godless erected many important sites around Pillars of Adra, though I can't speak to their motives. The last time we tried this, you felt something, yes? Maybe it had to do with your godlike nature. Try making contact with the Adra this time. It could only help. The effect should be stronger than before. Brace yourself.
Ci ha risucchiati. La prima volta che la vediamo.
You who bring us kind words and soothing thoughts, we welcome you.
The mourners are gone now. Only the memories remain.
We once belonged to the green and the wild. A people lived there once. They loved us as we loved them.
They brought their dead to us. We used to dip our fingers, wade in the confluence of souls. We dream, the land stirs. We become.
They brought their prayers to us. We answered.
We do not remember how we grew. Our eyes opened. We were the earth, the sky, many into a whole. We touched the mountains and they molded into our fingerprints. The Akita twined around us. They sang in awe of what we made. They called us the gardener, steward of life. Sabado. Our spark found you when you dreamed in the womb. Godlike, they said.
But we have felt in you the seed of connection. We have sought you, called to you. And you reached back. We have not known the joy of companionship in so long.
Ragazzi, è la prima volta che la vediamo. E questo qua è il nostro dio, praticamente, quello che ci ha fatto diventare dei forme, che siamo noi. Vedi?
Rot, we feel it too. Our hands are bound. Find us. Free us. The rot that festers seeks into us as well. Our cage is far from here, buried in the garden, beyond the poison sea. Your words are comfort indeed.
Ma che cazzo dici fa la
the Baru Sinanis, who will try to explain. Those who cherish us, the chosen of Miyakita, wait there. They will show you the way to the garden, to our prison. We will cleanse this rot with you once our hands are unbound. Find us in the garden. We twine, we await. First, let us offer you a sliver of our power, a boon to help you survive. Will you accept it?
Accettiamo.
Take it with our blessing. Now hurry to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. Find us. Free us.
E ci ha dato l'abilità, no? Che parla solo. Allora, spara una spina di energia che attraversa i nemici, infliggendo danni all'impatto e radicandoli momentaneamente dove si trovano. È svenuto.
You're awake. Finally. We really pushed the phantasmal focus to its limits.
You were out a long time. We gotta start bringing pillows.
For a second there, I thought... Actually, never mind what I thought.
Sì, meglio così, non ce lo dire, sennò ti prendiamo a schiaffi. Stai pensando alla storia da raccontare al mio parere più prossimo.
Something like that. While we were out, I got some clear readings of the Dream Scourge. I've tracked its origin to the center of the living lands, somewhere deep in the untouched wilderness. You've heard of it? Fascinating. Maybe someone knows about this garden of yours. If we find the garden, we can cut off the Dream Scourge at its source. I hesitate to bring it up, but you were muttering while you were out. Had quite a lot to say. Whatever you were communing with, it had a spiritual energy I've encountered before, though only in traces. It must be connected to the Dream Scourge. Perhaps they share a similar origin.
Sapadal, il nostro dio è Sapadal.
Yes, Sapadal. Who are they? What are they to you?
È la divinità delle terre viventi. Le forme di Sapada.
Excuse me? Sapadal is a god? But that's impossible. How could we have missed this? You never heard them before? Not even in your childhood? Only when you arrived on these shores? A trapped god. Trapped. And you spoke to them through the Adra. Maybe that tells us something.
Un osservatore mi disse che l'area delle terre viventi è diversa. Credi che Sapa si trovi nell'Adra?
Perhaps. The bars of their prison would be forged of essence, not iron.
Eh sì.
We've long theorized that all Adra is connected, but that changed when Animancers came to the Living Lands. The Adra here is severed from the rest of Leora, connected only to itself, or so we believe. If Sabadal speaks and works through Adra, then the Living Lands is their prison, their tomb. Now that is a tall order. We know the Dream Scourge is coming from this garden of yours. Maybe Sabadal can...
Sì. Coinvolgiamo anche Kai.
I got a headache just thinking about it. And I'm not the one with the god knocking around in there.
The real question is, where do I start?
Quello che aveva detto lei. Devo trovare le sale del...
Doesn't ring a bell, but maybe someone's heard of it before. We'll find the source of the Dream Scourge in the garden, but we have to find the garden first.
Then that's where we start.
Let's return to Fiorme Siverno. Banished or not, maybe I can squeeze a few answers out of my colleagues. Gods, I don't know. The farms, the community, my research. The Dream Scourge is the end of animancy. The end of the Living Lands as we know it. We should leave this place and its memories. There's nothing more for us here.
Finding a secret entrance and discovering a new god. Not bad for a day's work.
Wait. We smell the musk of war. We hear the clash of steel. No. In the distance. We fade now. Was it a dream?
I lost you for a second there. Something the matter? Oh no. Let's go. You take the lead.
Come on. There's a way up those stairs.
Un attimo che devo vedere l'inventario. Sonno del gigante, mischia a una mano. Ma che cos'è? Ah, lancia, è una lancia. Questo è più forte. Solo che questo qua che cosa fa? Gli attacchi potenti infliggono un lieve stordimento. Aumenti i danni del tuo attacco livello contro posseduti. No, che cazzo devo fare? Un'altra cosa che volevo fare, anche se l'arco è abbastanza buono, provare a usare questo ultimo trucco. Dunque qua abbiamo finito.
There is such a thing as learning too much. The mortal mind can only take so many revelations at a time. What we discovered here changes. Oh my god. No!
Andros Devs. This was no accident.
Hanno attaccato. Qua. subito. Mappa.
What happened? Who did this? The city's under attack. Come, there isn't a moment to waste. We won't learn anything standing here. I just hope Quilici is alright.
Something's wrong. Doesn't look like the city, but let's make sure no one's hurt.
Qua non possiamo fare la...
I can't believe this. All things considered, Fiume looks undamaged. Surprising when you consider the state of our defenses. Whoever started this fight didn't come prepared to finish it. I'll be happy to oblige them. Someone with a dangerous enemy today.
We'll fight them with you, Giada.
Break, they bind us.
Speriamo di non morire. È rischioso.
I hope everyone is alright.
Ma non mi posso svegliare. No. Che cazzo di coglione.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
No!
Palle di nuovo da
Hundreds
caos.
of deaths. This was no accident.
What happened?
Something's burning. Doesn't look like the city. The city, but let's make sure no one's hurt.
Oh.
I can't believe this. All things considered, Fiume looks undamaged. Surprising when you consider the state of our defenses. Whoever started this fight didn't come prepared to finish it. I'll be happy to oblige them. Someone with a dangerous enemy today.
We'll fight them with you, Giada.
Break, they bind us.
I hope everyone is alright. My people settled these lands in the name of freedom. It took 50 years. Our oppressors called to us. I hate living in interesting times.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Vivi e vegeti.
Again and again, they strike.
Attenzione i primi morti. Noi pensiamo a depredarli. Perché noi siamo così. Tanto ormai sono morti, non servono più.
Let's set out. We tarried long enough.
Cioè, questo sta praticamente seduto a fianco a un morto. Lui tranquillo, sta
I
qui.
thought you did quite well under the circumstances.
Non posso interagire. Neanche per dire che cosa è successo.
There's the city. Thank goodness.
Envoy, over here. I see you avoided the carnage. A few of your countrymen, well, let's say they didn't know any better.
You may have beaten us today, but it's only a matter of time before Emerald Stair bends the knee.
Shut up already. Since the two of you are kin, I thought maybe you could help squeeze some information out of him. Mind you, there's no need to literally squeeze it out of him. Unless you think that would help. What we know is this. The Steel Garrot marched on Emerald Stair. We're pretty sure they wanted to set us to the torch.
And you taught them the error of their ways. Well done.
Just doing my job, same as you. What I don't understand is why they came unprepared. Few soldiers, and even fewer supplies. If the Steel Garrot wanted to start a fire, they sure didn't pack a lot of firepower.
That was you?
Well, that's one question down. I'm sure the governor will want to thank you himself. As for our friend here...
It doesn't matter what you do to me. The living lands will be brought to heel.
Now listen, I am a patient man. But if you don't give us some answers, the envoy here is going to rip you in half. I'm not looking forward to cleaning up the mess, so you can help me by telling us what we want to know.
Your threats are wasted, Kerr. I have nothing to hide. Inquisitor Ludwig gave the order to march on Fior Mesiverno. Her faith takes her deeper inland, or else she would have been at the vanguard. Emerald Stair's on the precipice of disaster. Crops have failed, the townsfolk are defiant, and it's only gotten worse.
I fail to see how attacking my city helps the situation.
The coast is the only habitable corner in the living lands. We can unite as one people, or let the wilderness take us. What choice do we have? Tradition led this place to its doom. Better that it burn, and the people start again.
That is, without a doubt, the worst justification for a war crime that I have ever heard.
Speaking from experience, people don't usually unite as one after you've attacked their home.
Ludwig tried to hasten the inevitable. Nothing more.
Ah, now that is what I call a thorough confession. What do you want to do with him? As an adherent, I trust you know how to handle it by the book.
Violence is the language of the Steel Garrot. Nothing less will get through to them.
I say throw back the little ones if they're not in a position to do more harm. Besides, he's probably more scared of what'll happen if you don't kill him.
Your call, envoy. I will see to it myself. Too bad the road to Paradise is in bad shape. Our wagon might hit a bump or two.
As much as I want to rip his soul apart, maybe he's more useful to us alive.
But you can't send me back to Ludwig. Don't you know what she does to people who fail her?
I can't wait to find out. See you around, envoy. Thanks again.
A fate worse than death, perhaps. But fate nonetheless.
Good call. He's Ludwig's problem. Not worth getting your hands dirty.
Esatto. Non lo ucciderò sicuramente io. Qui c'era andiamo a parlare con il governatore. Quello stronzo che ha cacciato a Giatta. altri morti? Sì. Sono stati tutti attaccati, stanno tutti assimati.
Envoy, I owe you my gratitude, and perhaps an apology. They tell me you're the reason our city is standing. You took care of the steel garrota before they could cause any serious damage.
Cioè, io faccio sempre bene che controllo tutta la mappa, tutta prima di fare la missione principale. Perché se avremmo fatto la missione principale per prima e poi le missioni secondarie, adesso non esisterebbe più. Fior Mese Inverno adesso non esisterebbe più. E infatti io l'ho scoperto di ammazzare tutti quanti.
I can't imagine what it cost you to stand up to the likes of the steel garrota, but we won't forget it. You warned me something like this might happen. At least we had time to brace for it.
No doubt your Inquisitor is aware of what happened here. You've made a powerful enemy.
At least now you can prepare for the consequences.
Ma sarà forte.
As for us, we're still standing, but our enemies have little patience for failure.
We agree on one thing. The Steel Garrot have declared war on the Living Lands.
That sort of thinking is precisely why my father fled the Valian republics.
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradis. Today marks a notable victory, but we've only bought ourselves time, not salvation. Tell us, what of your research into the Dream Scourge? Assuming our governor wants to hear it.
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
The very notion that the Dream Scourge had blighted our farms, it was too awful to acknowledge.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The sanctuary my family built was falling apart on my watch, and I wasn't strong enough to bear it. You must understand. My mother has the Dream Scourge. I hoped against reason that she might recover, but her mind grew as blighted as her lands. To face reality would mean upending my city, throwing order into chaos, and admitting she was truly gone. I'm so sorry, Giata.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between us.
I don't expect your forgiveness, but I will do everything in my power to make this right. Whatever you have to say.
You want me to do the talking? Very well. The evidence is clear. The Living Lands is on the edge of an ecological disaster, both physically and spiritually. We may know the origin of the Dream Scourge. By following it back to the source, perhaps we can reverse the damage. Now for the bad news. An undiscovered god rests in the heart of this island. Until we know more about its nature, we are powerless to stop it.
But this is madness! When I said I was ready for the truth, I didn't mean...
Scusa.
Koichi, tell him it's madness!
Envoy, is it true?
You truly think you can find a god? I said I'd keep an open mind, but this is a bit
Tu
much.
senti la verità o quello che vuoi senti tu?
First the Dream Scourge, then the Steel Garrot, and now, what does this god of yours want us to do? Pray?
No.
This is no time for a theological discussion. Our survival hangs on a knife's edge. We can't remain in Emerald Stair.
But we can return someday. Rebuild your father's legacy. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradise.
What has gotten into you?
As long as we are Animancers, the Adherents will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dream Scourge will tear this island apart. At least in Thirdborn we can practice animancy freely. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is too dangerous.
Che ne so. Vediamo Giatta.
Thirdborn has its own problems. Paradise is more secure, but it would mean living under Adheran rule. I don't like our options, but that shouldn't stop us from committing to one.
Thirdborn's full of hardy types. Lots of former soldiers and mercenaries. A rough bunch, but good to have at your back. It's also farther from the Steel Garrote space of operations. That's where I'd make my stand.
Eh sì, perché comunque è troppo rischioso. Cioè, se vanno a Paradise, stanno proprio dove sta la garrota d'acciaio. No, andate a terza. Sì. Perché se no non possono fare niente se vanno a Paradise, perché devono tenere un basso profilo.
We'll be proud to lend our strength to theirs, as Animancers and as fellow expatriates.
I have my misgivings, but you helped my father lead the Republics. I trust you to help us again. What of you, Envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dream Scourge take you next?
Oh, I do.
Yardsley? Don't tell me you are getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. Any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the foremost Akitan scholar in the Living Lands, and...
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
Ah, right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling. Well, to make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Nakukubel, which is in Shatterscarp. So we've got to get there now. Though the city was saved, my research wasn't, which means the Steel Garrote knows just as much as we do. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too.
Conca Crepata.
Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that. I'll finish getting ready here and just meet you there.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. God, I love that tiny woman. I would be surprised if your journey were that uncomplicated, but...
For what it's worth, I vouch for Yardsley. She's a good friend, and a bad influence. Right now, we could use both.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarp. It's guarded by some of our best rangers. I'll make sure they grant you safe passage. May the gods protect you, Envoy.
Exploring the Living Lands with a friend. What more could I ask for?
Back to Shatterscarp, then.
Allora, vendiamo un po' di cose, quello che capita.
Welcome.
Tu che? C'è per caso Grimardelli? No, però c'ha le pozioni. Arco. Ci serve un po' di grimardelli. No, questo mi serve.
What can I serve? Where?
Acqua, braccia del mago. C'ho cazzo.
Back.
Cappella, no. Anche lui.
Come on now, I think you've had enough.
Welcome back. Care to take a look around?
Grimardelli, ecco qua. Allora. Quindi se andiamo di qua. Sì, allora ragazzi, andiamo. Mappa. Dove sta? Qua. E come si va? Non lo so come si va lì. C'è qualcosa che mi sfugge. Bello questo colore. Io però devo andare all'accampamento, ragazzi. Devo andare un attimo all'accampamento. Ho sbagliato a dove andare. Allora, prima cosa, vediamo di utilizzare ben due punti. Allora, ho una. Però c'era anche un'altra abilità, questa. Ok. Ah, questa volevo fare pure. Guerriero. Questa qua dice andiamo a vedere qua. Mettiamo l'ultima posizione. Missione di voci lontane.
displeased to hear it.
Rebecca is never pleased. That is all I have. The rest is none of my concern.
Still, you refuse to take sides. This affects you too.
I admit my sympathy. A group of exiles, a forbidden faith. But the Queen's tenuous favor, yes, compelling indeed.
The burned queen against a single settlement. If your question is one of
It does. Though I will say this. The Queen may have her motives. Sometimes standing idly by is greater subterfuge than action.
I hope this does not force all our hands.
There. Adds a little culture to the camp, doesn't it?
Allora, costituzione e destrezza. Lancia turni di colpi. Aumenti i danni contro i nemici ignari. Scusa, perché non va giù? Uccidi ma perché non va sotto? Non va giù. Colpo inflitto come un veleno dopo aver subito danni inflitti dal nemico e non si sa un cazzo.
I knew the steel garrot were up
Questo dà costituzione e destrezza.
to no good.
Questo invece acume e risolutezza. I colpi critici infliggono un accumulo di
No one ever...
aumenti i danni contro i nemici ignari. Costituzione e destrezza, aumenta i danni contro i teschi nemici.
Plans anything.
Come risolutezza.
Ice in a hidden
Costituzione e destrezza. Vabbè dai, lasciamo
war
questo.
camp, do they?
This isn't
Allora,
over, you
dobbiamo
know.
parlare con i nostri
Emerald Stair was
compagni,
just...
parla.
We should talk. What happened to Fior Messiverno could have been worse. A lot worse. But that doesn't mean the living lands is safe. If anything, it... The steel garrot are just... I keep asking myself, how could I have missed this? How could I not have known an attack? We were all so occupied with the Dream Scourge, we missed the enemy on our doorstep. No matter where animancers go, someone is always trying. Nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of knowledge. Don't worry. I plan to hold the mortals accountable. As many of... Listen to me. A failed animancer lashing out at everything in reach, even with all the tools at my disposal. I couldn't stop the Dream Scourge. And I couldn't save my... How do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? I wish I could. But that legacy is a debt I can never pay. My parents died pursuing a better future for animancers. I can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. And right now, that's all it is. I have some pondering to do. Let me know if there's anything else. Sending my people to Thirdborn. They get a roof over their heads. The city gets animancers, and everyone... The free settlements have enough cultural and ideological differences but when it comes to survival, there is no disagreement. We're in this. Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us. And yet you were here when others would have looked away, despite everything that happened. We all deserve better. But fate decided otherwise. Well, onward to better things. If you need anything, you know where to find me. You want to talk? Well, my future is in shambles, and I have no idea. Oh, and my home is under attack by the acolytes of an insane witch god. Apart from that, fine. Truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fior Messiverno was supposed to be liberating. We've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work. What I'm up against is much bigger than either of us. Through animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the living lands and put it... But what if I tried, only to have it lash out and destroy me? I'd be no better. The dream scourge is infecting our Adra, holding back my work. Until I understand it, until I can control it, I can't do anything. Let's hope we live long enough to see this garden of yours.
Mamma mia, fammi
Felici
toccare.
always told me to slow down, to stop and appreciate the land I'm trying so hard to fix. But how can I slow down when I only have one lifetime to get this right? I'll find answers in the garden, for better or worse. I've spilled all the gossip I know. Ask me again when there's a new face in camp. Not before I've done some reading.
Envoy, it's clear that no matter what happened, these people couldn't stay in Fior. Just not sure you did the right thing. These people won't survive long in a place like Thirdborn. Thirdborn is a rough town. They literally do their business inside the skeleton of a leviathan. If you thought Paradise's docks were rough, just wait. Plus, they have a nogfish curry that will peel your tongue. Right, changing the subject. Fine. You've been patient? Right. Solace isn't an easy place to live. The food is stale and meager. The water tastes... Everyone knows everyone else. No privacy, no sight. I'm a wilderness expert. I can get privacy whenever I want it. Solace is a walled keep in the harshest region of the lands. Isolated is an understatement. Honestly, all of that was fine. But there was a peculiar kind of silence I didn't love. Huh, you should be a sharpshooter. You keep hitting the target. I have only the faintest memories of my parents, which was fine. I had friends. When I asked about my real parents, though, they just told me I was safe now, and that the wardens were my family. I never knew if my parents were alive or dead. I like to assume that they had died fighting some giant monster in the Tusks, but no one would say. When I asked for more, they changed the subject. I know the important part. I'm from Solace, for whatever that's worth. My oldest memories are of Solace. My oldest friend is from there. Maybe, maybe not. Until next time.
Questo c'ha ancora da parlare, che vuoi?
Envoy? Gods, I can't believe it. Fior was attacked when we weren't looking. Right. I guess we did. Wish we could have done more. At least that's one more town the steel garrota failed to burn to the ground. That's something. Right, changing the subject. Pleasant dreams.
I hope Thirdborn is a good community for my people. We've been through a lot.
Thirdborn's a rough town, but it's not all bad, assuming they're willing to pull their weight.
Animancers can be an eccentric. Bunch, but we know the meaning of a good day's work.
Sentite ragazzi, io vi trovo bene, quindi confermo, perché mi cura Giatta, anche se non è d'attacco, però devo fare. Ah ragazzi, 15 minuti e finiamo, dai, cerchiamo di andare da quella parte.
Già.
E questo non l'avevo bloccato. Qua non ho fatto.
Gods, what happened here?
Aia, 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 aia.
A moment of your time, if you please. From one adherent to another. I go where the Inquisitor commands, just as you go where the Emperor commands. You interfered in our plans. Take it from me, Inquisitor Ludwig isn't at all pleased. In that case, maybe it's not too late to make amends.
Amanda.
You lost the fight for Emerald Stair, and now you ask for peace? Don't make me laugh.
Hear me out. That's all I ask. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrota owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head, and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our soldiers were poised to attack Fiume Siverno. If you had been made aware, you would not have interfered. You might not want to admit it, but Fiume Siverno is a settlement in decline. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. What exactly do you think you saved?
My home, which you have no right to condemn.
You've done nothing but condemn it. Shouting matches with the governor, open defiance.
I fight for my home because I cherish it, you shit-eating worm. Because I want us to survive.
Then I hope you enjoy the consequences of your actions. Fiume Siverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Any good farmer knows when to put down an injured animal. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Hildegard cannot maintain grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrota will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrota answer to the burned queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adia if that's what it takes. Because we have one thing in common. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses, What you do with this information is up to you, but don't get in our way a second time. It won't end well. Feel free to prove us wrong. The steel garrota. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear. Word travels fast. Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome You didn't. I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. That's a matter of perspective. Ludwig is keeping her dark impulses in check. It could have been far, far messier. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances. Nor should you, if you insist on interfering with our work. Be seeing you, Envoy. Sooner or later.
You've seen what happens when the steel garrota mess with Emerald Stair. I suggest you
Trust me, we will. Good luck with her, Envoy. You're going to need it.
I didn't think it was possible to hate someone this much.
I'm sleeping with one eye open tonight.
Sti pezzi di merda hanno ucciso tutti i ranger. Che cazzo di bisogno c'era? Sta infame. Immaginavo ci fosse qualcosa. Sta infame. A tutti i ranger stanziati dal forte dovete fare rapporto non faranno più nessun rapporto. quindi salutiamo anche questa regione e ci dirigiamo a Conca Crepata.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers, and now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where's the garden? Not to mention why the steel garrota attacked my fucking home. Then we had better prepare to fight back. We were lucky this time. My people will be on high alert, but that doesn't mean we're safe. The steel garrota are hunting anyone who doesn't conform to their vision of the living lands. Our freedom is on the line.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrot dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? But you better come prepared. Thirdborners are a rugged bunch, and they don't give ground. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back, changed. Their bodies and minds twisted, corrupted. Some confused and disoriented like Belena, others violent like Adelaro.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Down full of survivors. Anyone who decides to stake out a life in Shatterscarp isn't someone you want to mess with. Good enough people, though. And generally less likely to rob you or bore you to sleep than other places we've been.
Everything we learned in Nakutadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find it. Yatsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yatsley can lead us to it.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions? Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel, a voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes.
Did you get him? What? No. They must have confused. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Nakutadek. But I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then? Really? No one else has a question for the god of...
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise. Stop. You're aggravating my ulcer.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Tama lost his badge there.
Thanks. Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I would...
Get some rest. Sleep is good. I wanted to say, for all of its imperfections, Fiorme Siverno deserves a second chance.
Sto cominciando a chiedermi cosa stia combinando l'impero nelle terre di Re.
I couldn't care less what they think. Just to be safe, we should remain vigilant. Sleep it. Rest while you can. Our enemies are organized.
Sleep well. We've got a long road ahead.
Ci sono altre due totem.
When you were in the Navy,
Allora, diciamo qualcosina. Questo è sempre prima di tutto. Beh ragazzi,
never get shipwrecked.
Once, the seas were choppy, and we scraped the edge of a reef. Pretty far.
allora ragazzi, ci fermiamo qui. Ci fermiamo qui. Ringrazio a tutti quelli che mi hanno seguito, che mi seguiranno su YouTube, che si iscriveranno soprattutto su YouTube e che mi seguiranno su tutti i canali, perché vi aggiornerò su tutti i canali, su TikTok e su cos'è quell'altro? Su Instagram? Vabbè, dove capita vi aggiornerò. E con questo vi saluto, come sempre, fate i bravi!